everybody. This is John Marola from Keeping It Real Section 5 Football. And this is our season number 2, our 40th episode in season number 2. And overall, this is our 91st episode. And as I used to say all the time, and Coach G would get a little upset, but we just keep rolling right along. So first, I have to introduce, I'm back to my regular partner, I like to call him now. He's got new duds on, too. Sporting some new stuff. There you go. Good. Section 5 coach from Fairport High School for football and baseball, Coach Dave Lanning. Coach, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Last week was definitely the week of, guys rising and teams packing it up for the season. And
it's sectional time across the board.
Yes, sir.
All the divisions are active now in sectionals, and a few upsets, or I suppose upsets. Mm-hmm. It's hard to figure at this time of year. And let's get right to the brackets as they stand today.
Okay.
And later we'll talk on how they got there.
Yes.
In the double A's, we're down to the final four. And in the top bracket, Rush Henrietta, who had a bye week, is the number 1 seed. They're 6-2, and they're going to play the upstart Penfield Patriots. Who
Yes.
I think have now won 4 straight.
Yep.
They're playing pretty good football. They come in at 5-4. They'll play at Brockport. No, that's the finals. That's the finals. Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry. They'll play at Rush Friday night. And in the bottom half, we've got Pittsford coming off a victory over Fairport at 5-4. They're the 3 seed. Against the McQuaid Jesuit Knights, 3-6, but winners of 3 straight.
Yes, sir.
So go figure. They're the 7th seed, but they're hot right now as well. So Pittsford and McQuaid in the bottom half, Rush, Penfield in the top half, and Rush will be the favorite based on record, and the other 3 clubs are all hot right now. So.
I was.
Go ahead and pick them.
Go ahead. I was out Friday night, Halloween night, if everybody remembers, and it was just coming down cats and dogs. So I kind of played. I went to the Irondequoit Brighton game, but I got it at Irondequoit at halftime because I figured, you know what, it's going to be a good game. Why get soaked for the first half? So I was playing the weather, and I got there right at halftime, and they were winning 7-6. Brighton was, and the second half, neither team scored, but Brighton looked like the dominating team. I mean, they looked very good up front, both sides of the ball. They're solid. I mean, they're just solid.
Well, they're back in the semis, and they're the defending champs. Remember, in the A division, and they're 7-2, and they'll play Schrader at Schrader. Schrader's 4-3, but have won a few in a row now.
4 or 5, I'd say.
Yeah, 6-3. I'm sorry, they're 6-3, right? And they can. Their quarterback, Colin Watkins, who we've had on as a Player of the Week, is a versatile athlete, can throw the ball and run it. And we'll get to his stats later on.
And I think the way Friday was, with all the rain and everything, again, you have a quarterback that can run and throw, then, I mean, let it snow, let it rain, let it be sunny, whatever, you know what I mean? He can kind of cover all the bases.
Yeah, and that is the A1 final because they'll have to play the winner of the A2 final, which is East at 7-2 and Brockport at 6-3. The winner of those games will match up in a crossover of the 2 A's to see who advances to regionals. So it's the finals in the A1 and A2 divisions this week.
And the winners, the 2 will play next Saturday, I believe. 3 o'clock?
They'll play, at
Brockport
I'm not
State.
sure. At Brockport, for sure.
Yeah.
In fact, these games this week will be at Brockport as well, the finals. Brighton and Schrader will play on the 7th at 8 o'clock, and East and Brockport will play at 5 o'clock at SUNY Brockport.
Friday night. Mm-hmm. And then the double A's will play.
The double A's are still playing at the higher seed
on Friday.
Because this is their semis. So East has played very good football the last few weeks after a couple early losses. Mm-hmm. And, Brockport is certainly scrappy, as we know. So, and they played earlier in the year, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how that one went. In the Bs, we're going to get Batavia and Honey Eye Falls Lima, the 2 and 3 seeds. They'll play Friday at Batavia, 7 o'clock. The winner will advance to play Monroe next week. Mm-hmm. In the C division, Alexander Pembroke, who's 8-0, one of the few undefeateds left. They're the 1 seed. They're going to play Leroy Calmum, the 4 seed, Friday, November 7th. That'll be at Alexander. Actually, I think it's at GCC or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an off-campus game.
Neutrals.
Yeah, and then ER Gananda, the 3 seed, is 7-2. Will play Letchworth, Warsaw Perry, the 2 seed, also 7-2, and they'll play at Letchworth.
Now, going back, if you can remember, Pembroke, weren't they the 8-man little juggernaut there for a couple of years?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's right.
And now they teamed up with Letchworth, was
Alexander.
it? Alexander, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they've run the table. They're going at 8-0.
Yeah, and they picked up where they've left off for the last couple of years.
Right.
So
and the 2-3 matchup, the ER Gananda, Letchworth, Warsaw Perry, should be an interesting game, too. 2 evenly matched clubs. Mm-hmm. And in the Ds, we've got York Pavilion at 8-1. They're going to play Notre Dame, Batavia, Byron Burgeon. They're the 5 seed. They've advanced. They're at 4-5 record. They'll play Friday at York, and then Canisteo, Greenwood in the other half. The 3 seed against Avon, the 2 seed at 7-2, and they'll play at Avon. Now, Avon is capable of scoring a lot of points.
Yes, they are.
Cal Dogus has had a really nice year for them, running the football and is receiving it as well. So those are the matchups. And a couple of indie games we'll just mention because we've got 2 undefeateds left there. Palmac will play Lions Friday night at 7 o'clock. Palmac's 9-0. And Kearney will play Cardinal O'Hara out of Buffalo Saturday at 1 o'clock, and Kearney's 9-0.
Yep.
So congrats to those 2 clubs as they continue playing.
That's good for Kearney. I've said that every week.
Oh, sure. It's a nice comeback story.
Yeah, they've been down for a couple years now, and it's good to see them just come back up a little bit here. Makes it interesting.
Well, I'm not sure what the weather report is for the weekend. That certainly was a factor last weekend, at least Friday night. Saturday wasn't too bad, but it could be a factor for sure. Especially if you're a club that wants to throw the football around a little bit.
Yes.
Let's look a little bit at last week's games, John, how these teams got there and some of the outstanding performances. As we said in the AA, Penfield, 3-0 over Aquinas. 37-yard field goal by Riley Johnson late in the game. It was an interesting situation. It was like the weather let up for just a brief moment, and he was able to knock it in.
It was like a 2-minute no rain, no wind. Right when it was like the gods opened up and said, okay, go ahead and kick it.
And he knocked it in there. Jack Biddleman, 7 tackles and a block punt for Penfield. Dom Junta, 5 tackles and 51-yard rushing. It was Penfield threw the ball 4 times, I know, in the game. And I'm not sure how many times Aquinas threw it. Not many. It just didn't lend itself to anything. You could hardly run.
Yeah.
And wind was a factor, and field position ended up being a big deal in that one.
The other game I watched, Friday night with Irondequoit Brighton. Irondequoit ran, which I haven't seen in years. How about a dive pass?
Yeah.
They came in, faked to the full, and it was just, it took the quarterback to do everything in his power just to get the ball.
Was it a jump? Did he jump?
Almost. You know what I mean? It was just, the weather was just so bad. It was just, I don't know.
Shades of Tim Tebow back in the day.
Yeah, almost.
The other AA game was an interesting one, an overtime game. McQuaid 21, UPrep 20.
Yep, I was there.
UPrep went for the 2 for the win and was stopped by McQuaid. Ian Lanahan, 145 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for McQuaid. He's come on strong as the season's progressed. And Thomas Bailey with 10 tackles and a fumble recovery for the Jesuit Knights.
I was at that game on Saturday. I did my work this weekend.
Well, good, John. Good.
I mean, honestly, I after I got out of Irondequoit on Friday night, I'm going home for the weekend. I'm done. But then I got up Saturday and it wasn't too bad out. And actually, I met our buddy George Giordano up at what do they call it now? The Sports Complex Park downtown.
Yeah.
And we kind of hung out with a couple other people and watched that game. And our quarterback that we had on, Gavin White, he had a good throwing the ball. He was off. He was just a foot here, a foot there, off throwing the ball. But I'll tell you, he had a 96-yarder called back. He can hurt you, running, throwing.
We know he's electric.
Yes, he is. He's very electric. And let me tell you, right at the end of the game, it goes into overtime. McQuaid gets the ball. After a couple plays, they score, kick the extra point, 21-14. UPrep gets the ball. On their second play, they scored. And now they're going to go for two. And I happened to be standing right over in the end zone. And Gavin came out, reverse pivot, fake to the tailback away, booted away, and he put his head down. Now, over there, you had a kid from McQuaid trying to get the angle. He had his receiver in the end zone with the corner from McQuaid on him. The corner comes off of him and goes to Gavin. Now you got two kids going after Gavin, and Gavin put his head down. If you just would have looked up, and he could have just dunked it over, and there was nobody in.
Right.
Their receiver was the only person in the end zone. It was like one of those, and he just did not see him, and I just really felt for him. You know what I mean? And granted, I got to say one other thing too about UPrep. The next day, I texted Coach Young, and he's been one of the people that I've met with this podcast that we're running that I really enjoyed. And I've said to him, I really like watching you and your coaches and the way you run your program. It's very straight up, you know what I'm saying? And I just like to commend them on what a great job they do. They just do one heck of a good job, and their kids play their butts off for their coaches. And it's just a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's more than just having good athletes. They do run a top-notch program there. And, Gavin White, you said a tough decision there, but you can turn games on Sunday afternoon and you'll see bad decisions too.
Yep, with $1 million quarterbacks.
Yeah, credit to this guy for having a great year.
Yes.
In the other Double-A game, Pittsford eked out a 24-21 win over Fairport. One of our former players of the week, Brody Pusateri, 2 rushing touchdowns. Pittsburgh quarterback Eric Chen went for 137 on the ground and a touchdown, and the defense picked off 2 balls.
Now, were you there?
I did go to that ball game. Pittsburgh jumped out early. Fairport scrapped and hung in there and came back, scored late. Onside, didn't get it. Pittsburgh was able to run the clock out, and that was it. And that's the sectionals, because early in the year, Fairport had their way with Pittsburgh.
It seemed like this past season, the 2025 Section 5s, at least with the Double-A's and the A's, the first 3 games, it kind of was, okay, this team was supposed to win, they won.
Yeah.
Okay, this team was supposed to win, and they did. Somewhere like halfway through the regular season to the it just really...
Yeah, the script flipped.
It did.
McQuaid got hot. Penfield got hot.
Yeah.
Schrader got hot.
Yep. So. It's just, and then every week we're just like looking at each other like there's no clear-cut favorite right now.
No.
Even right now, I mean, I would die.
We can go back at the end and we'll take a look and maybe try to predict some winners if we can.
Oh, well, yeah. We
not that we favor any team over another, but just see how we make out there. As you mentioned earlier, Brighton, a 7-6 win over Irondequoit in the A1 semis. was a dogfight, as you said.
Yep, it was.
And Matthew Heiniger's 4-yard touchdown run was the difference for Brighton
in the first quarter.
And the extra point held up.
Mm-hmm.
Schrader, 21-7 over Victor. Colin Watkins, 102 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. So a big game for him on the ground. He's there, as we know, a quarterback, and early in the year had a nice game throwing the football, or a couple of games where he threw it very well. But didn't lend itself to throwing a ball.
Yep. And then another thing off of that will be in a couple of weeks we will give out our Player of the Year award. And we still have a couple guys that we've had on the show that were our Player of the Weeks that are still alive and still playing. So we'd like to see how that...
There are some serious candidates out there for Player of the Year, that's for sure.
And we're not even talking about Brandon.
Yeah.
From RH.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been out for a week or two, and now they had a bye week, so you kind of forget about him. But guess what,
see
people?
If he's back, I'm not sure.
Guess what, people? I think he is back.
Okay. In the A2s, Brockport 16, Canandaigua 14. Nice ball game there, well played game, a little back and forth. And East had their way with Eastridge. After being beaten by Eastridge earlier in the year.
First game of the year.
Yeah, 39-0 last week. Tay Brown, 3 touchdowns, 154 yards rushing and 71 passing yards. And Jamie Anderson, 12 tackles and 3 sacks for East High. So they advance, and that should be a good one.
Them and Brighton?
Them and Brockport.
Oh, them and Brockport.
And then the winner will play the winner of the Brighton-Schrader game.
Wow.
That's in the A1s. In the Bs, we've already talked about that a little bit. Where Monroe will wait the winner of the Batavia game. Mm-hmm. In the C's, Alexander Pembroke, 35-0 over Livonia. Pierce Dinkins, 25-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown and a 50-yard pick six. So not a bad day on the defensive side for Pierce Dinkins. They held Livonia at only 5 yards total offense, John.
Really?
5 yards total offense in the 38-0 victory. So
this time of year, you're doing stuff like that?
Yeah, defense, wins
championships.
That's what they say. And Leroy Calmum, 27, Wellsville, 20. Mm-hmm. Cameron Riggy, 88 yards rushing and a touchdown. Dylan Alcott, 8 tackles and a sack for Leroy Calmum, who, they're hanging in there. Mm-hmm. They battle you. We know that. And the other C matchups, Letchworth, Warsaw Perry, 34. Haverling, 20. Jake McIntyre, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards rushing, and 2 two-point conversions as well. So a nice day for him. And Yargananda, 34-0 over Hornell, Arkport, Canaseraga. Justice Allen. And also in the Class D division, Avon, a 29-22 victory over Geneseo Mount Morris. And a familiar name to us, Cal Dolgus.
Yep.
90 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns for Avon, 5 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. So he's a dual threat. Last year he was a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Now he's a running back receiver. And Bladen Borshing, 11 tackles. Evan Bly, 196 yards passing for Avon as they advance. And lastly in the Class D's, Notre Dame Batavia, 51, Attica 42. A shootout.
I was going to do it, and I never did. Did they play Friday night?
I don't know when they played. If it was Friday night, then that's a miracle.
It is.
Unless they played indoors.
That's unbelievable.
Chase Antonori, 275 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. And he also passed for 75 yards for Notre Dame Batavia.
I looked at that because I was thinking about the Player of the Week. And now then I thought, oh, Jesus, we don't even do Player of the Week now during sectionals.
McKay Hall added 8 tackles for Notre Dame Batavia, Byron Burgeon. So that's a lot of points scored.
Whew, if it was on a Friday night, I got to look back.
It's got to be Saturday. So there you go. And again, our matchups. You want to do a little you pick 'em, John?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Let's go.
We'll start with the double A's. We got Rush, Penfield at Rush.
Penfield at Rush.
Friday night. I think I'm going to try to get to that one.
I got to go with Penfield.
Penfield, okay. Penfield's red hot, 4 straight. Rush coming off a bye week. Sometimes that hurts. Sometimes it helps if you get guys healthy. So we'll see on that one. Pittsford, McQuaid.
MCQ.
Okay.
There
you go.
I watched them in the beginning of the season. Actually, I'm going to go back even further. I was back there in August. I went down one day to watch them practice. Yeah. And I was looking, and I was like, wow, they're going to be in for a long season. Because I just didn't see what they've had in the last couple of years. And then as soon as Bobby talked to Danny Fichter, and they got into that T formation, they haven't lost. And
3 straight.
Remember, we were talking about that a little bit about coach your kids, don't coach a system. You know, they're
put them in position to be successful.
Yeah, and just that little, it turned their whole season around. I mean, they played their butts off Saturday against UPrep. I was very impressed with them defensively, just everything. I mean, they're going to be a tough out.
All right, how do you like this one, John? Brighton and Schrader in the A1 final.
I'm going to go with Schrader.
Okay.
Because the guy at the helm is one heck of a player.
Yeah.
And like we've said, he can hurt you with his feet. He can hurt you with his arm. Brighton, though, I watched them for the first time at Irondequoit Friday, and they looked very, very strong. I mean,
well, they're experienced. They've been in this position before. Yeah. They know what it takes, and they'll prepare accordingly. Coach Liam does a nice job.
Does a great job
of getting them ready. And in the A2 final, East Brockport.
East
has been hot. It'd be an upset, I think, if Brockport wins that one.
Yes, it would be. Yes, I would put it under.
Are they capable? Sure.
Yep. The way the season's gone, anything's capable.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Those are the 3 big school divisions.
Yes. It's just going to be really interesting again. Like I've said before, we're going to do this season number 2 until we're going to go into the finals, sectional finals, and then the states. The states this year, the first round, they're in Buffalo. And I got to talk to our chairman maybe to see if I can get some access down to where do they play them?
Not sure where they're going to play this year. I don't know yet. Can't help you.
Remember the one year I was coaching at Olympia and you're at Fairport. We won A, you won the double A, and you guys won the triple. And we played the first round of Buffalo. And we were right before we were coming off the field as you guys were coming on the field.
Couldn't see the other side of the field.
And those freaking lights, the portable ones, they were maybe 10 feet high. The punter punted a couple of balls and you lost it because the ball went outside the lights.
We could hear the far sideline, but we couldn't see it.
Yep.
And they had to bring out snow blowers to clear off the yard lines and all that type of thing. And we threw the ball around that year, and they said, "Well, the Fairport won't be able to throw." We came out and threw first down and picked up about 30 yards.
Through them.
Like, okay, here we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
And that was
a lot of fun, though.
That was played on the old AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And I remember in the seams at the field that you could see the asphalt underneath because it was just like a.
And they iced over too.
Oh, jeez. And I'll never forget going back to that. Our first play of the game, we ran toss to our side or something, and our really good running back then, Jason Coley, comes over to our sideline, gets tackled, and gets off the ground, and he's just like, "Coach, this is ridiculous." He goes, "This is too cold. I'm cold." I was like, "Start the bus." Because if Jay Coley don't want to run, we don't have much of a shot. Yeah. And we ended up losing to I forget their names. They had a really good defensive end. He had 31 sacks in 10 games. I forget the name of the school now, but they took it to us. But that was our first win, sectional win at Greece Olympia.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember we beat Orchard Park in that one.
Yep.
And then back to the U of R the next week, and we beat Henniger out of Syracuse.
Okay.
And then on to the finals against Troy.
Mm-hmm.
And we won that one too. So, yeah, that was a good year for us.
It was a really good year. But the other thing, too, I remember is just running onto the field, we were coming off the field at UB and you guys were coming on the field, and just how we lost that game. I mean, Niagara Wheatfield, that's in it. That they ended up beating us like 31-0. But our kids were giving high fives to your kids as you guys were coming on the field. I thought that was
that's good.
Kind of cool.
That's great.
You know?
Yeah, they were different sites back then. One year we played the regional at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
I loved that.
Then. One year we played at UB, the new stadium there.
Yep.
And then we played at this other place, wherever it was, the old UB.
The old UB.
Yeah.
That wasn't
So
much. We played at the old, oh my God. I don't even know what it's an old stadium that was downtown in Buffalo.
Well,
we played Sweet Home.
Yeah.
And it was the whole stands had a roof over it. There were stands only on one side.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the place.
I don't know what that would be.
But
those were fun days. Those were good days, but these are the good old days for these guys right now.
Yes, they are.
And so strap it on, fellas, and get after it in the sectionals.
Yes.
You'll talk about it 30 years from now.
Yep. It's just, it's all these teams right now that are left are good football teams.
Oh, yeah.
And they have some good players, and they have some great coaches. And you got to bring everything to the dance.
In most of the divisions this year, it's been balance.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's not just one team that go in. If there's a few teams in most of the divisions that could pull this off.
Yep.
So it's going to be fun.
Yes, sir. All right.
Let's hope the weather holds this week.
Oh, my God, the weather. That really beat me up on Friday. Holy cow. Those little trick-or-treaters were out there, though, when I left.
Yeah. And where's Coach Briganti? Is he at some beach this week? Where is he? I don't remember.
He's in, I want to say he's in New Orleans at a wedding.
All right.
When he'll be back. Actually, from now on, I'm just going to introduce him as a guest. We're just going to have a guest. It's not going to be my partner anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be our guest.
He's hit and miss, unfortunately. But he's big time operator.
And I tried to make a couple calls. I tried to get that guy from Greece Olympia here. I know you're a little,
I'm a little leery of that.
I know, but he, unfortunately for you, he couldn't make it. They have, I don't know what they're doing, something with their coaches up at Irondequoit tonight.
Okay.
So that's about all I have for now. Just stay tuned. And like I said, we're just going to keep on rolling with this for as long as we can do it.
As long as we have some team alive, right? We'll keep going.
We're going to keep going. So at least this is going to go this week, next week, and so we got 3 more weeks at the very least. So, and then that takes us into states, and then we just go according to that. So, we ready?
Ready.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keeping it real. Section 5 football. Good night, everybody. Have a great night.
Yeah, everything. Everything I need. Yeah, everything I need. Everything, everything I need. Don't
One in a million, super rich. Got so much dough, I don't know what to do with it. Suddenly, a part of me just wants to go back to how it used to be.